Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mass Shinobi podcast. I'm Firehawk, the Mass Shinobi, and I welcome you this Monday morning. A lot of people are going to probably pull pranks today. It's April 1st, so a lot of people are going to do their April Fool's jokes. I don't like April Fool's jokes. I don't like making a fool out of people. That's not my cup of tea, I guess, per se, to say to people. I mean, to each their own. Obviously, if that's something that you enjoy doing, obviously, I think people can do it tastefully, but most people do not do it tastefully. They use this day as a day to really hurt people and make a fool out of people. And I don't really enjoy that aspect. But anyways, welcome to the podcast today, and so really excited to share some things with you guys this week. And obviously what we have to come is we're going to talk about obviously what animes I've been watching, as always, share some of my thoughts about those animes I've been watching. And obviously we have our review of the week, which we had several seasons that finished, but I picked Solo Leveling, so we'll give you my thoughts on Solo Leveling. That's to come. And the other anime's reviews will still be done. I will do them in under a minute version, so I won't go too in depth. I'll do under a minute, and I'll share them to our YouTube Shorts, and we'll probably do it VTuber style. And so look forward to that. If there is an anime out there that you want to review, that I have watched a lot of the newer animes, there are some that I haven't finished that I'm going to binge and watch all. A lot of them are 12 episodes. Some of them are still continuing. Some of them are going to probably be about 24 episodes or more. I'm not exactly sure how many episodes they'll do. Like Tale of Wedding Rings is continuing on, and I think there's a couple others that are still ongoing. So once those finish, we'll give you our full thoughts on that anime as well, and whether it's on our podcast or it will be in VTuber Shorts. You will definitely get those animes for sure. So that's what's to come. And we also have our crazy thought, which is not from Naruto this week. So I know a lot of our crazy thoughts have been from Naruto, but this one is not from Naruto. It is from Black Clover. Hence, obviously, I'm wearing Black Clover. I'm wearing the Black Bulls. So we will have our crazy thought from Black Clover. I'm not going to tell you what that crazy thought is until we get there. But I do have a crazy thought connected to Black Clover. That's something you'll have to look forward to. Obviously, we also have our anime influence. Before that, what influences have anime had on me, which I've had tons, and I will share tons and tons of those with you because anime influences my whole life each and every day. But welcome to the podcast, and now we're going to start with our first segment like we always do. What animes have I been watching? And I'm excited about sharing those with you. Obviously, Don't Toy With Me is an anime that I really, when I first started watching it, I kind of hated it a little bit. Because she messes with him so much that it's just like, it's kind of annoying in the beginning, but you just keep watching because you're like, I don't know, there's something about it that gets you, I don't know, like hooked in. You kind of want to watch it. You kind of want to see what's going to happen. But as it continues, the relationship becomes a little bit different. I would say season 2, the relationship becomes super different. She still likes to mess with him, but she's super into him. I think that's just kind of her way of being young, because she's younger than him. She's a class under him. So you start to see her maturing a little bit. But I love the storyline. I love this anime. And we may not get a third season, which is sad. I kind of hate that romance animes don't always give you, more than one season. Luckily, we did get 2 seasons out of this, which is amazing because season 2 is where you really, I would say, really see their relationship grow into what it is, and so that you kind of need that season 2. But the manga is ongoing, so if you're in the romance genre of anime, you're going to have to be a manga lover, because most of the time you're going to end up having to resort to the mangas if you want to get the finished story. That's just kind of the world we live in. And as someone who is majorly into romance animes, and probably have watched so many romance animes, I would probably say that if I'm going to say that a genre that I'm more know of is probably romance animes. I do lean towards romance. Obviously, I love romance. And so I do like adventure animes as well, but I do lean towards romance. As you will see always, in my influence is always kind of around romance animes and different things like that. But I really did enjoy this anime. I think it's really good. I hope that they do, do it a third season. I hope they do really much because I did enjoy this anime very much. It takes a while to get into it unless you're into that annoying relationship. To me, it was kind of annoying and I didn't like it at first, but I did get over it and kept watching it, and season 2 was incredible. Was incredible. I really liked it. I really did fall in love with this anime, and I didn't think I would. I really didn't think I would. I thought I was gonna hate it. I thought I was gonna, like, when I first started watching episodes, and I just kind of kept with it, and then it kind of grew on me. So the other anime I watched is another anime that the Finnish Hodoku girls are super adorable. This is also, I'm kind of going to do a partial review, obviously, of it because I watched it. I binge watched the whole season, which is also one of the animes that obviously finished, but I thought it was a cool anime. Obviously, a boy from Tokyo moves to the moves to Hodoku, which is really kind of an area, but it's really highly snowy area. It's different. He has this different world. He meets, this girl, and when you read it, when you listen to it in dubbed, it's kind of funny because they give the characters the one main character a Canadian accent, and a lot of them say A in the English dub to kind of make them stand out. But I think it is super sweet and super adorable. Obviously, there's always the 3 girls who are kind of in love with this guy, but they kind of accept it. It's not done in a toxic way. It's not like they're rivals. They actually do become friends, and you can see his influence. And it does have, at the end of it, has the cliche scene where he rushes to the airport to tell her how he feels and finds out she's only going to be gone for 2 weeks. And he doesn't tell her that he loves her, but he tells her that she's important, which is obviously in Japanese culture that's very highly matters. If someone tells you that how important you are to someone, that's basically them saying I love you, basically, in a lot of ways. But it was definitely well done, and I thought it was a good anime. So that's some of the animes I watched this week. There's another anime that I'm continuing to watch, but I'm going to talk more about that because I'm currently in season 2 of it, and then there's 2 more seasons, and I kind of want to watch all of them and then talk about it next week. And so that's why I didn't put it in my animes that I'm watching. But there is one I'm addicted to, but I will share that next week with you guys when I talk about my animes that I'm watching. I will share that my animes that I'm watching next week. But there is an anime that I'm super addicted to that's super cute, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But that's going to be next week on the podcast, not this week. So obviously we're going to go into our review of the week, and that's Solo Leveling. Obviously, Solo Leveling tells a story about a E-class hero, which I will say Hunter, and I will say that Solo Leveling gives me, when it talks about Hunters, all I think about is Hunter x Hunter, and being a super fan of Hunter x Hunter, that kind of makes me okay with it, because I love Hunter x Hunter. They have the Hunter Association, they have guilds, there's things that are different about it than Hunter x Hunter, obviously, but I do like that aspect of it. But it tells about, obviously they have different rankings, S ranking being the top rank, and then they have what is it, B, C, D, and E. E is the lowest class, and so that makes you such a you're the weakest. There's only one person in E class in history, and that person is the weakest hunter in history. And you start seeing that storyline where they talk about how weak he is, and he keeps getting injured, especially when you start seeing the beginning. Obviously there's kind of this love interest with a girl. It's not highly powered, but I think that they'll bring it back eventually. They have kind of sprinkled it in there, but obviously there, on the poster of Solo Leveling, there's two pictures of him. The picture of him in the beginning where it has this little crappy dagger, and then later on where he's super strong and has two daggers now, and things like that. And I think that's kind of crazy. Obviously in this first mission they have a double dungeon, and supposedly everybody leaves him for death. He sacrificed. He made a great sacrifice for other people to live, and that's kind of that great sacrifice is what leads him to his life now, the life of leveling. And so many people were into this, and then I started hearing a lot of people talking bad about Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is, because they're like, oh, it's just about him leveling up. Yes, it's in the name, Solo Leveling. That's what it's all about, him leveling up, him getting stronger, and seeing that difference. If you don't want to watch an anime about him leveling up and getting stronger, then don't watch this anime. But here's the thing. In any anime, Naruto, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, all these different animes out there, you always have the journey of watching and seeing the character get stronger. You have to see that climb, how they get stronger. And this is how he gets stronger, by leveling up, by constantly leveling up, getting stronger, which adds, like he does a lot of running and a lot of workout to do these daily quests that help him level up and do things. And if he doesn't do them, he gets penalties. But it's just so amazing to see. Plus, you see him just get stronger and more confident in himself, that he really is strong. So he gets in these bad situations where he might almost die. Of course, he gets double crossed by a group in, I think, what is it, episode 5 or 6, I think. And basically, he's told by the system that he has to kill them, or he'll die. Penalty for not obeying is death. And obviously, doesn't hesitate, kills this group, which brings on something that we know that's going to happen in the future. That one person's brother is a leader of a guild, and kind of has kind of this reputation for being kind of a hothead and not caring. I mean, most of your guild leaders are kind of seen as like, gods, kind of. People put them on a high pedestal and things like that. So we know that eventually we're going to see that. We're going to see that battle come down. And eventually he's not going to be able to hide how strong he is. There have been people that have actually helped him hide how strong he is. And obviously he's had to go up against other people. He had to go up against another person that was kind of where they had prisoners, and he ended up having to kill this person, which was part of the Hunter Association. And they helped him hide it, that he was the fact of him being strong, and that was their kind of payback to him for letting him live. These characters were like, hey, whatever reason you have for hiding the fact that you're strong is fine. And so you see that aspect, and you see that his growth and his love for his family, which is, that he keeps doing this for his sister and for his mom. He wants to find a cure to help his mom, bring his mom back. She's just in this stasis, and she can't get out of it, from time. And so he wants to bring his mom back here, figure out a cure for her, and get stronger. That's kind of his. I like those storylines. See, in America, most people don't care about families anymore. A lot of countries do care about families. America, it's more, do or die, and everyone for themselves kind of atmosphere, kind of thought process. People don't care about family anymore. and they don't care about their family members and things like that. And obviously Japan and a lot of Asian culture puts high value on family. Rightfully so. Family is important. Obviously, as someone who's LGBT, obviously, I don't have a family that, the reason why it took me forever to come out was because I was raised in a family that put a lot of value on family, and I didn't want to hurt my family or lose them in any ways. And obviously what I thought was going to happen did happen. It took me forever, and I went through a lot of depression and a lot of other things because of it. But obviously I'm close to my mom, so I can kind of see the value of what he has because of his mom. But they put a lot of value on family, so that's kind of what drives him to be stronger, is his love for his mom and his sister, and taking care of his sister and doing things for her, which is great, which is awesome. He didn't want to die either, but he obviously selfless sacrifice, by the way, to help people. And then now we see him get stronger. And I will say that there are build-up episodes. Now you can watch all 12, obviously. You watch all 12. There are build-up episodes that are it's an episode build-up to show you what's going to happen in the next episode. And so a lot of people dropped off and was like, solo leveling. And I can't stand that. Solo leveling is super good and has a huge fan base behind it. They came out with a video game that's going to come out. I don't know what's coming out, but they have pre-orders right now. They've already sold 5 million pre-orders for the solo leveling game. 5 million. You're going to tell me that people aren't loving this? People do love solo leveling. There's a big fan base behind it, but there's always those few people that make it look like everybody hates this anime. And I don't think that's true. I think a lot of people love solo leveling, and I think it's an amazing anime. There's great fight scenes. There's just great things, man. And this season was a build-up, and they did announce that season 2 is coming, but they also announced they plan on 6 seasons. Is the plan 6 seasons? And I believe that they're planning on probably 12 episodes a season. So, but they're planning on 6 seasons until this solo leveling will be finished. And I'm excited about solo leveling. I fell in love with it. I really do like it. I could see what the hype was all about and why people liked it. And, obviously, episode 12, like 11 and 12 are insane episodes. I will say there's a bunch of episodes that are just so good. I liked the episode where he had to choose death, and the guy comes up to him and tells him how he's an E ranked and he's the weakest and stuff like that, and kind of going on and on. What's he gonna do? And then he just literally cuts his head right off. And it is amazing anime, and I really, really love it. And now in season 12, we see the rise of him getting stronger in his job category, and what he's going to be a necromancer, and we see that, and he's going to now he's basically this shadow, given this title of the Shadow Emperor, and he can yield, and he can build himself a shadow army, which is amazing. Which is awesome. He can get their essence and make a shadow army. So now, not only can he fight by himself, he's an army of himself now because he has a shadow army. It's so amazing. I love episode 12. Left you at a good place and it made you excited about the future to come of solo leveling. So if you are not excited or have bad things to say about solo leveling, the main character wants to share something with you very, very much. He wants to leave you with this thought, and I'm going to show you what he wants to share with you. That's what he wants to share with you. If you don't like solo leveling, okay, move on then. Move on. There's other animes out there. There's enough animes in the world that all of us, could not watch every anime in our lifetime. There's literally so much anime content out there that would take us a lifetime, and they're continuing to make more anime content. You cannot watch you're not going to be able to watch every anime. And when I first started watching anime, I got obsessed and I wanted to watch every single anime. And then I realized you can't. And so I always consider myself a newer fan of anime because I watch a lot of the newer animes. I only have a few old school animes that I've watched, and there's some that I'm like, oh, I might watch it. I'll eventually watch it, but there's so many episodes. It's like, okay, and I have so many other animes out there, and I get into them, and some of them I just can't fully get into yet, or there's a reason that's holding me back. I started watching Sword Art Online, and I'm kind of stuck at the end of the first season because they're out of it, and now they're going to go back into this game, and he lost her, which is like, I don't know, that I really fell in love with their love story, and I'm just kind of scared, so I kind of push myself forward. I get too emotionally invested in anime, I will say that. But Solo Leveling is a great anime, and so if you don't like it, don't watch it. There's plenty of other animes out there. There's so many animes out there that you could watch, and they'll be great for you. So that leads us on now to our anime influence of the week. And my anime influence of the week is the Boondocks. The Boondocks, obviously, is highly influenced by animes, and it's just really great. Most people consider it to be, the black anime of animes, even though it's American and everything like that. But you can see the highly, the anime influence throughout everything. Obviously, there's a lot of swearing and words and stuff like that. But I think Boondocks is just so funny, and I love it. My baby brother got me into it, and I really do enjoy it. So, John Witherspoon as Grandpa is so funny. Obviously, John Witherspoon, rest in peace, man. Sad. He was just, this is probably my favorite role of him as Grandpa, and him getting his he needs to get his full glass of vitamin C, his orange juice, every day. But I don't drink orange juice. I drink Rogue, obviously. So that's where I get my vitamins, right? Rogue Energy. Obviously, remember to use code Firehawk to save 10%. So definitely do that. That's my morning right there. It's my morning every day. So, but anyways, I love Boondocks. That's my anime influence of the week. They're influenced by anime, and that's probably what got me into it. Obviously, my big brother got me into it, and I fell in love with it. It cracks me up. I just love all the different episodes, the ideas, the fight scenes, and it's just amazing. So definitely worth watching. But that is my anime influence of the week, and here we go. My crazy thought of the week is about Asta, and my crazy thought is, who is Asta's dad? Does Asta have a dad? Some people think that Asta doesn't have a dad, that that his mom used her her draining of life forces to basically have a virgin birth of her own. And I don't know if she'd want to do that, though, because she's so afraid of killing Asta. That's why she gave him up, because she drains magic and life force. So obviously the only person that was able to be with her obviously was a demon, an anti-magic demon, who now is, obviously was that she put into the grimoire that Asta gets, and they become very, very close, obviously, because they have something very, very much in common. But what if Asta's dad, and this is a theory not solely of my own, obviously other people will say this all the time, what if Asta's dad is Julius, the Wizard King? And because Julius has an abundance of magic and an abundance of life force, he could have, been with Asta's mom and had a relationship with her and had a child, but then obviously because because of because of how things happen, I think that, Asta's mom's going to not want to have people around. She's scared of having people around. She's scared of hurting people. So I think that's kind of why their relationship never really can continue, because she's worried that she might hurt someone that she loves. And that's really sad for her. And obviously she protects her child by doing what she feels is best for him. I mean, giving him up is what she felt was best for him, and gave him a chance to live and be something. And so, but, this could be a strong possibility, because, like I said, he has abundance of magic and abundance of life force. But also, when he meets Asta, he kind of seems like he knows about his situation, but never tells us how he came to that knowledge, how he got that knowledge. And obviously, he's super invested in Asta, and he basically plays it up as being a fan of all magics. And he is a super fanboy of magics and different things like that. He loves those things. But I think it's very, very highly possible that he could be. So in this sake, let's say he is. Let's say he is Asta's dad, which would also give Asta a reason to want to be Wizard King, because he has this connection, obviously, to his dad. And I think, obviously, Asta was always searching for, a family, and obviously finds that, obviously, with the Black Bulls, right? Represent Black Bulls. He finds that family, and he does find a father figure in Yami. Yami becomes a father figure to him, and teaches, everyone in the Black Bulls to push past their limits, and becomes the best version of himself as well. The Black Bulls are better off for having Asta. Yami giving a chance to Asta was definitely worth it, because the Black Bulls wouldn't be who they are today without that. But I think it'd be a really cool, awesome thing if Julius did turn out. I mean, obviously there's people who say there's tons of clues, and there's other people that people think might be the dad, and some people think that he didn't have a dad at all, the virgin birth thing. But I kind of lean into this. I kind of like leaning into this idea of Julius being the dad, because that means, I really like Julius a lot, and I would love for him to be Asta's dad. I think that'd be such a cool thing. There's a couple things that obviously are wrong with this, and there's a couple things that people say, well, this show, this is the reason why he's not, da da da. I don't know. These are my crazy thoughts. So I'm not, like, we're not getting into, oh, this is true, or da da da. We're getting into the crazy on Crazy Thoughts. That's what Crazy Thoughts is all about, is getting a little crazy, being a little crazy, and having crazy thoughts. And so my crazy thought is how cool it would be if Julius was Asta's dad, and they did get to have a relationship. Obviously, Asta already has a father figure now with Yami, but if Julius was Asta's dad, and he did find out that it was his dad, Asta would flip out. That would be, I don't think he'd be angry in any way. I think he'd be super excited and happy if he found out that the Wizard King was his father. That would mean everything to him. If he found out, that's my dad. That's my dad. So that is my crazy thought for the week. Obviously, there's tons of craziness in that. Maybe some people would say, well, no, I think Asta's dad is this. And go ahead, share those thoughts with me. I enjoy those thoughts. We're all in the crazy. We're all in the crazy right here. So share your crazy thoughts. Share your crazy thought about who is Asta's dad. I definitely would like to hear those things, because those things, that's what this is all about. Share your thoughts with me. Share your comments. I thank you for watching, obviously, and I appreciate every single one of you. Obviously, share your thoughts and comments with me. I try to make it a point to respond back to all comments as quickly as possible. Whether it's me just saying thank you or agreeing with your comment, I still try to message back to everyone who comments. If it is a appropriate comment. Obviously, if it's something hateful or inappropriately stated, I will just delete those. I won't pay attention to those or give them let them see the light of day. But if it is appropriate comment where you're saying, well, I think Austin's dad is so and so or whatever, those are those are comments that I will definitely either comment what my thoughts are on that idea or to say that that makes sense. I try to make sure I get back to everyone and stuff like that. So I hope that everybody continues to subscribe, continue to help me out with views. I would really greatly appreciate that. Thank you though for all those that are watching. I appreciate every video that, even if it only gets a few views, I appreciate those, few views that they get, because that means the world to me. If there's one view, that means a lot to me. Just one. Because it means one person took time out of their day to look at this content and listen to it and enjoy it, hopefully. And so I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for being there for me. Definitely, if you haven't, like and subscribe, share. I definitely would appreciate those things. Spread the word, obviously, about the Master Shinobi podcast and other things. Obviously, like I said, as always, make sure look for me at TikTok, Clapper, those things. And obviously, if you need to get some energy in the morning and you need a great way to start your morning, Rogue Energy is definitely a way to do that. And they also have Rogue Hydration, and they just started Rogue Chill, which they only have one flavor of that, which right here, strawberry hibiscus. But definitely get the Rogue Chill. Definitely, I love the Rogue Hydration. It helps me drink a lot more water every day, and the flavors are great. And there's no stupid powder chunks in it, because it doesn't happen with Rogue Energy. It's no powder chunks, nothing. Dissolves almost instantly once the powder hits the water, no matter what temperature. Obviously, it can be cold, and there's no chunks. So, and remember always to use code FIREHAWK to save 10% each and every time you order it. And I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate all of you, and thank you for watching on this Monday, April the 1st. And hopefully you'll have a good day, and hopefully nobody makes a fool out of you and does pranks on you, because I don't enjoy those. Those are definitely not my forte. I actually get angry about those. So hopefully maybe you accept them better. Maybe you are someone that can do those better, but I cannot really accept those. I don't know. They don't hit me right. So, but anyways, I hope that you all have a great day, and I'll see you next week right here on the Master Shinobi.